Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. Rigathi Gachagua has politely humiliated Cleophas Malala over the appointment of Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi as the spokesperson of the United Opposition. For those who follow the politics of the Republic of Kenya very closely, on Wednesday last week, the United Opposition appointed Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi to serve in two roles. Number one, to serve as the spokesperson for the United Opposition, and number two, to also head the secretariat which they have actually set up. But from nowhere, Cleophas Malala dismissed that appointment. And actually, he was very clear that Mukhisa Kituyi cannot work or cannot deliver in that role. And I did a comprehensive analysis about what Malala wanted to achieve through making that comment. So yesterday, Rigathi Gachagua, who has been under a lot of pressure from his colleagues in the opposition, had to respond to Cleophas Malala. And I listened to that response. Rigathi clearly humiliated Malala. Listen in.
Sisi tumeshikana kama United Opposition na tumekubaliana tutatoa candidate moja wa kung'ang'ana na William Ruto. Si ndio? Si ndio? Candidate mo? Na pale kwa secretariat juzi tumeamua ya kwamba tumeweka Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi hapo atusaidie. Na huyu deputy wangu kijana anaitwa Malala. Kijana shupafu, ananisaidia sana na ni kijana mzuri. Lakini niliona alikuwa na wasiwasi ati imewekwa mzee inatakikana vijana tupu. Hapana, pale secretariat yetu tuko na majenzi na millennial ndio wanasukuma kazi hapo kwa secretariat. Na wanapanga kazi nzuri sana. Na tuko na imani na vijana, majenzi na mamillennial. Lakini lazima tutafute mtu mmoja iko na experience ya kuwa guide na kumenta house. Iko namna hiyo. Secretariat asimamie hao vijana ndio tuweze kufaulu. Na nimeongea na Cleophas Malala nikamwambia asikuwe na wasiwasi. Yeye anataka tuweke vijana wote tupu kila pahali. Hata pale kwa chama yetu ya DCP amejaza majenzi na millennial ndio wanatawala sisi pale. Na anafanya vizuri kwa sababu lazima hao majenzi na millennial watusaidie. Lakini pia lazima tutafute mtu mmoja wawili wako na experience wanakaa na hao vijana wetu wanawaguide. Vile mimi nakaa na akina Medhu, akina Gasheri, akina Karongo ninawasaidia. Si iko namna hiyo? Si hapo tukue na mtu mmoja iko na experience ya kusaidia vijana. Kwa hivyo hakuna wasiwasi, all of us are speaking the same language.
And as expected, Cleophas Malala had to surrender. I want you guys to listen to Malala because in this video, I want us to understand the exchange, why Malala is opposed to the appointment of Mukhisa Kituyi, which is now accepted, and why Rigathi Gachagua had to reprimand him over the same. Watch.
Tumeona tumekuwa na shida kidogo. Wakati the United Opposition ilikuwa inachagua secretariat, yani yule mtu ambaye atakuwa msemaji. Na wale viongozi wetu, the principals, wakachagua Mukhisa Kituyi, yule ambaye alikuwa former MP wa Kimilili. Mzee aongoze akuwe msemaji. Mimi kibinafsi nikasema hapana, hii nafasi ya Mukhisa ni lazima wapatie kijana. Kwa sababu vijana ndio inafaa waweke moto. So tutakuwa na utofauti ya mawazo. Lakini Rigathi Gachagua kaniita. Kaniambia wewe Cleo, wewe pia unatetea vijana sana. Kila saa unataka vijana, hata wazee pia wanataka kuwa pale kwa uongozi. Akanielezea kwa nini ni lazima ikuwe Mukhisa Kituyi. Na mimi kwa sababu mimi nasikia Rigiji kabisa. Huyo Rigiji ni mtu wa akili nyingi sana. Ni mtu anaona mbele, mtu amekuwa dio, ametoka chini mpaka amekuwa Deputy President. Na sasa anaenda mpaka kwa urais. Akanielezea Mimi nikaelewa, nikasema kwa sababu Rigiji amesema Mukhisa Kituyi akuwe spokesperson, mimi naunga mkono hiyo maneno ya Mukhisa kukuwa spokesperson, so that tusonge mbele kama united opposition. Hao Rigiji alisema left, nimeenda left. Mimi kiongozi nimekaa yeye, ni mtu anafikiria naona mbele na ameona akanielezea vizuri. So jamani, mnasema nifanye hii maneno Rigiji anasema tukue pamoja.
And just like I keep on telling you on this platform, politics is a very interesting game. And politics is a very dirty game. In this video, I want us to understand why Rigathi Gachagua had to issue that warning to Malala. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without the support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, for me, my understanding of the whole situation are as follows. Number one, Rigathi Gachagua is issuing a soft warning to Malala over coalition affairs. You see, Malala is the Secretary General of DCP. And then there is the United Opposition. I think Malala is yet to differentiate between the two. And of course, we all know and agree that United Opposition has only one mission: stopping Ruto. And for them to achieve that mission, they must unite. There is no way DCP as a political party can win the presidency. Even if they was to go on their own, there is no way. They must agree and work with the other leaders. And I think that is the message which Rigathi is sending to Malala. The problem with Malala, and it's a very big problem, is that he worked as the Secretary General of a ruling party. And William Ruto, when he was the SG, gave him a lot of leeway. In fact, I remember at some point, Malala even ended up appointing his cronies to work at UD Secretariat. Most of them, he moved with them from ANC party. That's exactly what he's trying to do in PDP. So Rigathi is warning him that, you know, some of these things, before you do them, let us consult. Because as the deputy party leader, there is no way he can just wake up and talk. When we all saw these leaders meeting, all of them, they were all there. Kalonzo was there, Nani was there, Kalonzo was there, Matiang'i was there, Rigathi was there, Martha was there, Eugene Wamalwa was there, the Jubilee representative Torome was there. Who else? All of them were there. And they agreed that this is the guy. Then Malala from nowhere. So he's been warned. Number two, there is a silent war in the United Opposition. In fact, that war is because of the support which Rigathi Gachagua commands. DCP party currently feels that they are the big brother. I can compare it to NASA or Azimio, where Raila Odinga was the big brother. You see, there was no way you could compare ODM party and Ford Kenya and ANC party. But when they met, because we had ANC, we had Kalonzo, we had Weta during NASA, who else? We had those parties. They were very small parties, but ODM was big. But you see, when you meet as 5 people, each vote counts. So in most cases, those guys would dictate. So what Raila Odinga used to do was simple. He would carry along his team, Oparanya and Joho, to increase his numbers. So he was the bigger brother. And as much as those guys would have wanted things to go their way, Raila Odinga in most cases would prevail. In this case, that's exactly what I think Omala wants. That if we are appointing the spokesperson or the head of the secretariat, us as DCP, we are the bigger brother. We ought to be the one dictating. And because he's not part of a core principle, he's not one of the core principles, he can't meet, he can't go to those meetings. Rigathi will go there as Rigathi, and his vote will be the same as the one for Tirome, the one for Martha, the one for Matiang'i, who is not even having a party as we speak. So there is that silent war that, we are the bigger brother. You guys cannot just dictate things there. Number 3, I think after that goof by Malala, Rigathi Gachagua is now trying to unite the opposition. He's trying to tell them, that was Malala speaking on his own. That's not the position of the DCP party. In fact, what Rigathi should do now is to tell his colleagues that in DCP, the spokesperson for the party is this. Like, for example, in ODM party, the spokesperson for the party is the SG, who is Edwin Sifuna. So which means today, if Kaluma speaks, he doesn't speak for the party. If Junet speaks, he doesn't speak for the party. If Dennis Onyango speaks, then that is not the position of the party. That is the position of Raila Odinga, because Dennis Onyango, for example, speaks for Raila Odinga. But when Edwin Sifuna speaks on any matter party, then that's the position of the party, unless something else happens. So DCP should make it very clear that the spokesperson for the party is this person, so that if Malala were to speak, then it should not worry anybody. And importantly, I think Malala has already expressed the feelings and the thinking of the DCP. So Rigathi is just trying to cool things off, but he's already expressed it. Just like in ODM party, sometimes you'll see Junet Mohammed speaking, or you'll see, say, Oscar Sudi speaking for Ruto. Yeah, they will speak the thinking of Ruto or the thinking of Raila, but that's not the position. But already now you know what the position is. Like in this matter, despite the fact that we may want to dismiss Malala, the truth is that is the position of the DCP party. That the appointment of Mukhisa Kituyi, really, they were not really for it. I don't know what to think. That's my take. And by the way, there is something which is likely to happen to Rigathi Gachagua. And if it were to happen, he's going to suffer one of the biggest losses, politically speaking. If Rigathi Gachagua's party were to lose in Mbeere North, it's going to be a big blow for them. Let us wait and see. Bye-bye.